Hello, today we are going to make some binoculars because we are going to go and have a look for something exciting. So, the things you will need are a pair of scissors and a grown-up to help you with them, 2 toilet roll tubes of a similar size, and if they're not, you can cut them down, some sticky tape. I have mine in a special holder. Some string, wool, some colours, and anything else you might want to stick on. You might have some special fabric you might want to use, or you might have some funky colourful paper. It is up to you how you decorate them. So the first step though is you need to attach your binoculars together. So the best way to do this is to use some sellotape. Now I like to double-sided tape the middle so I know what I'm doing. So I'm putting a little bit on, and then we're going to do a kind of fold over. So I've made a loop and then stick it there, just so I know that they're stuck together. Now that's not very strong, so you're probably going to want to put a bit more tape on. So I'm going to put a little extra piece in between them. There, and then I'm going to put another piece here. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. And one there. So that is kind of sturdy. The one way that I would like to do to make it extra sturdy is I'm actually going to take some of my super cool twine and just wrap it around this middle bit for now. And when I've decorated some more of this, I'm going to do a couple of wraps around the middle like this, just to hold it together. But that is the basic binoculars. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do to decorate it. So I think I would like to use some, I might just do some cool patterns on mine. I don't want them to be too bright because I don't want to be seen in the distance. So I'm going to do some patterns on mine. Now, to save on colouring, it might be worth covering this with some paper first. So you can use wrapping paper, or if you've got scraps of paper, you could use scraps of paper. You might have an old magazine that you can use some of. It is up to you. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave mine brown because I kind of quite like the style of it, and colour in the gaps I've got. So I'll see you again in a second. So I have decorated, very basic, but I have decorated my binoculars. Now I'm going to take the bit of string that's left and cut that down for a minute because I want to tape that in place so I don't lose the strength that it's given it. Now I'm going to take some of this. And there's a few ways of doing this. You can make a hole in either side so that you can have them like hooked on, or you can cover it a little bit with them. So I'm going to do a bit of both. So I've left some of this quite bare, so I'm actually going to take this and put it through here. Pull quite a bit through. Yeah. and cut that bit. So underneath I've tied a loose bow, and then I'm going to do same to the other side, so take this piece and thread it through the other one. It's a bit more fiddly, there we go. And I'm actually going to just thread between the two to give it a bit more strength, because this bit's coming out already. So this bit is a bit fiddly. If you were to use glue or something a bit stronger than sellotape, you probably wouldn't have this issue. I also quite like this thread, and I'm quite happy to be able to decorate with it too. So all I'm doing is I'm just threading it between the two. I don't know if you can see in there what I'm doing, just to keep it all together, and hopefully these will last a little bit longer too. Let's thread it through again. I might be here a while. So these are the last two little bits left. So what I'm going to do is take the longer one and thread it through. And again, because there's a bit more left. And now I'm going to take these bits and tie them off. But I'm actually going to make, this is just me being fussy, but I'm going to make a tiny gap at the top and thread them through there first. So make a little gap, and then I'm just pushing the thread back through. Okay. Just for a bit of extra security. Okay. And then I'm going to tie that off across the top. Now comes the fun part. You can obviously make these way easier, but I want mine to last as long as possible because I don't want to have to make it again. So I've made that little bow there. This is probably going to get in the way of when I'm trying to look through them. So I'm going to tie it again, and then wrap them back down, and then I'll use a little bit of sellotape on both sides just to secure the ends. So one here and one here. Okay, let me take them off and make it better. Can you all see me? Now I want to attach something to them so I don't lose them. So please get an adult to help you, or adults, if you are watching this, please help. So the best way to do it is to have them decide which side you want to be pushed against your face. I would say not the side with your knot. So that side's facing away. This is the side. So on that side, I'm going to take my scissors and make a little hole in the side. And be very careful. If you've got like a pencil or something, or a bobby pin, that might work a bit better. The smaller the hole, the better, really. There's less trying to repair it afterwards. That's one side, and then that's one side, and then the same on the outer one on here. Now I'm going to have to do some repairs to this one because it's a little bit broken across the top. So I fixed it there. So I'm just going to push it through. There we go. Definitely an adult needs to do that bit because it's a bit fiddly and a bit sharp. But I now have a hole on either side. So I'm going to take my string and I want to measure it. So I'm going to put it around my neck and hold it out so that I know how far it will reach. And I want it to sit quite low so that I can wear it when I go on my hunting. And then I'm going to cut that. Sorted. Okay. So, taking this end and this hole, I'm going to put this bit into the hole. This is a bit fiddly. It's kind of a bit like trying to thread a needle. So I'm putting it in that hole. And it may take a few attempts. Can make the hole a little bit bigger if you want to, if that's going to make it easier. So I'm going to thread it into that hole as much as possible. There we go. So it's in, and now it's in, make a knot in the end. And if you've got quite thin string and you've made quite a big hole because you've used scissors or something like that, you might have to make several knots and make a really big knot so that you're not losing your thread out the side. I'm just going to make a few more knots. Okay, there we go. One side done. Now the same on the other side. So this one looks like it's a little bit bigger, so it might go in a bit easier. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to do the same again, so make a few knots so that we can make sure we're not going to lose the end of it. And then with any luck, this will be done. Okay. That is my binoculars done, so I'm just going to put them on and see what I can see. So, and I've got a lot of extra, so they're safe. And also, if for any reason you needed to, because it's on toilet tissue, you can pull and it would just come away. So that is my binoculars, and we will see you soon. I'm going to go on an animal hunt and see how many dinosaurs and creatures I can find.